going down. Just Saturday night, to give you guys an update and send our best to you guys out there in Truth Seeker land. And, hope everybody's well. And if you like hearing the truth, and, you like hearing about the corrupt underbelly of CDCR, the conditions of confinement, hit that like button and share my shit. Subscribe. Let's get this thing all out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right, baby girl?
That's right.
Yeah. So, we just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit tonight. Ain't got a whole bunch to catch you guys up on, but got a little bit, wanted to update you and share a few thoughts with you guys about this bullshit that's going on in here and this CDCR corrupt machine that's rolling,
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I think they're pigeonholing me on this YouTube. I think that because I don't do all the boogeyman stuff and I don't do everything newspapers say about me and my friends and shit. They want to, he's the enemy. They want to pigeonhole me in a certain category of he is the boogeyman.
No, you're not. I can attest.
Right. That's so far from the truth. That's insane. But I do believe that's what's going on. And, because you see these other guys, I don't really listen to a bunch, but it just seems to be selling fairy tales, and it's fucking like an internet warfare or something going on with these people, and yet they're getting paid for it, and they're lying to the public and shit. It's just insane. But anyways, my buddy Ron is doing good. He sends his love to everybody, man, and said he can't be faded, man. They can't fade him. He's a tough old battle axe, man, and he's over there healing up, man, and he's doing really good, man. And taking it one day at a time, and, trying to get everything going together, get it going on paperwork, and get all our shit, get all the ducks in a row.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But yeah, he's doing all right, man. It just still, it's painful. It's painful, folks. That shit, broken jaw and a broken spine, smashed eardrum, blowing out eardrum, and teeth missing and shit. That's just painful.
No, at least he had his attorneys come visit him, right?
That's right. He had his attorneys come see him yesterday, and thank God they were able to get into this place, seeing how they were acting right after the incident, right after they did this to him. They let him in, so he got to hang out with his attorneys for a few hours, and you can bet this, they got everything they needed. They got put up on everything they needed. So, that's a good thing.
Uh-huh.
That's definitely a good thing, baby girl.
Yep, it sure is.
So, he's doing all right. Again, we're getting our ducks in a row. He's taking it easy, but he'll be back. He ain't going nowhere. He can't be faded. And, gotta heal up and get your shit back on the road and heal up. It takes a minute in this world. We're not sleeping on memory foam mattresses. We're not sleeping with the most of comfort either,
Well, honey, with this broken arm I have, even sleeping on memory foam, it's really hard to stay down those first couple of days. I can't imagine once the initial pain wears off, and then you just kind of gotta let yourself sit back and relax. I couldn't imagine being in his shoes, knowing what all he's got to do, having to heal through all that too. I mean, I know you've been through it too, and I got it easy. I don't cry about this little busted arm. That ain't nothing compared to what you guys go through. And then they make you sleep on concrete. It's just dreadful. Dreadful. I
Right.
couldn't imagine.
Well, baby girl, don't undercut yourself that much, because I know I heard it, man. I know I was basically there when you fell, because I was listening, and we were on the phone, and I know it wasn't no little scrub your knee type of thing, and
but I did.
Voice, man. I know, but you did. But the worst part of it was the arm, right?
Right. It's not so much as a busted arm, but it's the dominant busted arm. So I have this.
Right.
Doctor told me yesterday I got to sit around and do nothing for at least a couple weeks.
I know, because it's just you gotta let that bone heal up.
Right.
They don't want it to come undone.
Right.
They don't want the bone to come undone, and that's what they're hoping it knits.
Right.
Knits back together. So I mean, I get it, man. I get it, but baby, don't undercut yourself. I know you're in pain too. I heard you. I know pain, and you know pain. And I was there when you fell, man. It wasn't nothing. Like when we were kids. You just scrape your big toe, or you scrape your knee or something.
Yeah, but your friend's pain is so much worse because there's all that trauma involved with it.
Yeah.
And I gotta put myself in his shoes a little bit and imagine how devastating the whole thing is, the whole situation, and how unnerving it must be to have to trust being put in cuffs after something like that happens. It's just mind-boggling how horrifying that is.
Yeah, I mean, like, even when they cuff me up now, it's like, I don't, it's like I don't trust them, and it's just the fact that when I get in these cuffs, you're fucking defenseless,
Mm-hmm.
You really are defenseless, and you don't have a shot in hell at defending nothing when you're in cuffs,
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can kick, but I ain't raising my leg for nothing, but it's just the fact that they take advantage of that, and they know it.
We'll never give them a reason to do that, and they still do it anyway.
Right. Just like him, he didn't give them a reason to do that.
Mm-mm.
They had no reason to do it like that, man. I mean, some of these cops, again, since the other day, since we did the last video Thursday on this special update on this special thing here, exclusive, they come to me and said they could have, there's all sorts of different things the dude could have did, put Ronnie on the wall, or just stood there and made him.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Or just went on about the escort and put him in his cell and gave him a 115 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But to damn near to try to take him out like that and do the Ronnie Price move on him.
That's why it reeks of malice.
Yes. It's just, God, people. I mean, over that, really. I mean, I could see if the cop had to defend himself, right, and take a stance to defend himself, but he hadn't. There was zero aggression at all, zero hostility, aggression, no nothing. And what was caused was all by the cop.
Mm-hmm.
It was all caused by him, his fingernails digging into my friend's flesh and his arm, which caused my friend to move his arm out of the way because the shit was just getting into his skin. And then the cop just did what he did, and he fucking took him down face first to the concrete, man. But yeah, we're gonna get past this and take it to the courts, So we'll deal with that when the time comes. Right now, he's healing up, and he said he told me yesterday that he wanted to send everybody his love out there and thanks for the well wishes. And he's doing the best he can, and that, just know that he's that old tough battle axe that can't be faded by anything they do. And it was retaliation for his lawsuit. He truly knows it. I know it.
I know.
My wife knows it, and I believe even the cops know it. Even the cops know it. So, that's fucking disgusting, man.
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to file a lawsuit in the courts. That's your fucking right as a prisoner. So, to retaliate like that, and again, they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it, and they'll come up with something else.
Well,
so, but yeah, so that's just an update on my buddy, man. He's doing good. And he sends his to everybody out there, to the worthy and everybody who gave him well wishes on Thursday, man. So we got a chat moment, baby girl.
The chat's pretty quiet. Let's see. We got Sonny and we got Tim K and Timmy Dark are in the chat, or we're in the chat.
What's up?
They all said hi, and then it got real quiet.
Tim K, Timmy Dark, we send our Sonny and everybody. We send our best to you guys, man. I don't think this is going to be a long video tonight. We're just going to do a show, live. Just wanted to holler at you guys a little bit and let you guys know that, a little update on the situation. I was thinking about, I heard some stuff on the internet that, about dudes going to war and having warfare, things going on the internet. And, again, that's that keyboard warrior type of shit, man. And, it's definitely something else. People going to battle on these damn internet sites or the YouTube, and they're not using it for what it's for the betterment of people out there, for educational purposes, They want to one-up each other and shit like that and just waste a whole bunch of people's time. But I guess if people are interested in that.
They're not all in this battle, but it seems like these, I go on YouTube and these channels pop up with their crazy bullshit, and I'm like, okay. And I'm not that interested, but for some reason, I get these weird sort of, what are they?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I don't know.
Right, so let me call back. How about that?
Okay, how about that? Thanks for getting that, Tim. I saw that just now, and we don't need that kind of noise in here. It's crazy shit. Hey now. All right.
So, okay, well, I was going to tell you guys a little something real quick. Like, I wanted to share with y'all that a lot of times on these yards, right, on these level 4 yards and shit, what I've put out there to people, what some of my friends have put out there to people, is, if anybody's out there listening, the objective of this life is to go home and enjoy the free life, right? And people that express that, right, they express it to other people. They're not looked down upon. They're not frowned upon. In fact, I think, like myself, I'd rather have a guy tell me, look, Scoots, I want to go home, man. I got 4 or 5 years left, and I want to take advantage and get these courses and these educational classes and self-help programs. And I respect that, right? And a lot of my friends respect that. You know, they don't get in trouble over that. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, because you go to prison, the objective is to get home to your family, not to stay in prison unless you're a fucking retard, you know, or you're stupid, or you got a really low IQ, and all you want to do is stay in prison. And you know, I would hope that these kids that are in prison that do have an outdate, and that you know, they want to go home. You know, I hope they do. And you know, there's no fucking law or rule that says they got to do this or they got to step up and do that, or you know. But keep your head down and do your courses and go to your classes and go home. And that's, you know, I've always told these youngsters that, man, because that's the objective, is to go home with your family and live life. You know, put this behind you, you know, and get out of here. And that, you know, I just want to tell the youngsters that there's nothing wrong with saying you want to go home. There's nothing wrong with staying out of the bullshit. And I think there's nothing wrong with keeping your head down and staying positive. And you know, it's not weak. You're not. You know, people will say, "Oh, it's seen as weak or lame." No, it's not. What's lame is somebody thinking otherwise, right? That's what's lame.
Well,
and
you know, honey, when you consider how many people are in prison because of a dysfunctional background versus true criminally minded people, I would say that the dysfunction has got to be at least 80%. And then that would fall into also the wrongfully convicted, just the people who don't have the wherewithal to survive well on the street and that need the basic training, didn't get it at home, versus those real criminals, the ones that go around causing harm to people intentionally to further themselves financially.
Right. Yeah, I just, you know, I know, you know, there's a lot of different dynamics, baby girl, that play a part in that. But I want to tell the kids that are in prison, these young bucks, these dudes under 30, whatever, however old you are, man, you know, if you want to go home, cool, man, go home, dude. You know, take advantage of
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You know, take advantage of what they do offer you, what classes and courses and GED, get it. You know, take advantage and go home, you know. Think about that life out there you got, or the kids and family, and, you know, you want to be a functioning part of society,
right?
And do that, you know. It's not weak, it's not lame, it's not dumb, it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
Well, it's applying yourself to your future, right? Applying yourself to the future. If your future is to you know, burn out as some kind of loser locked up forever because you keep making the same stupid mistakes, maybe you need to look at why you're making the same stupid mistakes.
Right, exactly, man. So I just, you know, I just want to touch on that before we get off this thing tonight. And, you know, there was a thing I had mentioned on one of our last videos. I probably mentioned it more of them because I talk about it a lot. It's just very important that the public and society is aware of what IGI does and what they do in here, you know, and it's in Ronnie's lawsuit. And the reason they create a bunch of action and they create a bunch of shit is to get the information flowing. You know, I look at it like this. when you got the calm water of a lake, right? It looks like glass right across the top. I mean, I seen a picture of a lake. It's just beautiful, man. It just looks like pure glass across the top. But you throw a rock in that water, and the ripples from the rock is what IGI likes. Mm-hmm. It's the ripples of the rock. And in the ripples of that water is all this information popping up out of that water. And so when the water's smooth, man, and it's a smooth program for everybody, they don't get so much information flow. Mm-hmm. Now, when it's choppy waters and, you know, it's just wave after wave of information, and it creates a whole different fucking world, man. It's like, you know, it's created by them and controlled by them. I wanted to share that analogy with y'all about the water, the lake with the smooth water. And, you know, they get action rolling, and they create a bunch of fucking information flow. And I wanted to tell you guys that because I was reading something this morning about, you know, something about information and how they use it on people without people even realizing it's being used, you know, especially on the internet, you know. And it was about the dark web, you know, the dark internet web shit. I don't know too much about it, but I was watching a little something about it this morning on Court TV. And it's just how they use fake information. It goes on in here, too. It goes on in here, too, man. So, you know, I just wanted to share that thought with you guys. Hey, girl, we got a chat check real quick. Cut this one done.
Tim K asks, I've heard others say that sometimes on lower level yards, wannabes try to and push a hard line on their people when there's no need or upside to it. Is there any truth to that?
Yes. There is, Tim K. Good question, bro. And there is. And, you know, the bad part about that is a lot of them guys that push that line up on a youngster are guys that are garbage, right? A lot of them are garbage, and they just want to go around being bullies until that one guy like myself who knows better, or my friends or someone who knows better gets there, and that bully becomes a coward, you know? And it's a shame that that people prey up on their own people instead of trying to pull them up and educate them and you know, trying to get them home, you know?
Yeah.
And it does happen a lot, man, quite often, actually, man. And, like, I got an example. I was in the shoe, and I heard about this guy down there in Ironwood, like 2010, 11, 12, and the guy was a debriefer, Tim. He was a debriefer, bro. He had debriefed, PC'd up, and now he was out there running the main line on level 2, level 3 guard. But he was, you know, like, he's that guy. You know, he had a gift of gab, and he was making people lock up. He was making people debrief. And yet, he was a debriefer. So IGI used it. They used this devil agent. You know, and there's so many dudes like this in the system, you know, before we came out of the shoe that were just, oh man, it was like a disease. And I'll never forget that. And I tell that story quite often because I'm hoping to wake these people up and be aware of bullies like that are basic cowards, you know, but they talk a good one. I'm in contact. They'll say, I'm in contact with so-and-so. I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and you got some kid that's 20 years old that don't know no better. And he feels like if he don't go put in this work, he ain't never going home. And then he taps out. You know, so it's a fucked up thing, but that's how IGI wants it. That's how they've been doing it. They've been using certain dudes like that, chaos agents.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They prey upon our own people, and it makes me sick, man. Mm-hmm. It really does, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my answer to that one. Any more, baby girl?
Well, Ken came by, says hi.
Ken, all right, bro. I send my best to you, man.
We're gonna
keep this one short tonight, bro.
Sculliter says never relax, never break, never relax. He says never relax. We say never break.
Who said that?
Sculliter, a new listener. Mm-hmm.
Right on, bro. I totally agree. I've been doing this for 30 years, man, and I ain't broke, and I'll never break. So that's a fact.
Well, Ken says,
Ronnie sees his.
Ken says, seems like a lot of people will go to the SNYRs and reinvent themselves into someone they aren't. Absolutely. Doesn't it?
Right.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Tim says, Tim says, it sounds like a very tricky situation for a youngster just to try and get by and get home.
Right. It does, man. It really does. It's a fucked up thing, man. I was schooled right, and I try to pass my schooling on to the next kid, and I would hope that the next older white dude does the same. And I know a few of us that have, and this world is full of bullies like that, and it really is, and it's just shit, man. I hate it. It's shit. But I'm not going to stop trying. I'm not going to stop trying to educate the young bucks, man, and let them know that, hey, man, this is not the life. When I'm in the yard cage out here and I got a youngster next to me, and I point around the cage and I ask you one question: what's cool about this life right here? And not one of these kids can tell me anything. That's cool.
Garrett,
I said, then you need to fix it.
Garrett Johnson wants to know if you can get into the validation process.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about that, man. That's not a problem because it's their policy. So, again, the validation process is, okay, for example, you're my cellie. You're my cell. That's a validation point. It only takes 3 points. But now, they got a weighted system. So you're my cellie, that's 3 points out of 10. Okay, then if I draw you a birthday card with my name in that birthday card, that's 2 additional points. It's a weighted system. Each point now has a different structure of weight to it. They give it more weight or less weight. Now, if you, so you get into trouble on a yard, you go bust somebody up, and some snitch says you did that for me.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Some snitch makes up a story, then that's another 2 points. So now you're validated as an associate. But they don't take you off the main line. They don't just throw you in the queue for association now. They'll keep you on the main line, and it's just documented. Let me call back.
Oh, I guess I'm creating dead air. I'm sorry. He'll call back. Believe me, I'm really not the person on the radio or the podcast or whatever we're doing here, speaking out to the public. But I do like to get my message out. Eventually. Which would normally be in an artistic fashion, but, with a busted wing, that's the dominant wing. I can't really be creating nothing. It's breaking my heart. Oh. Come on, dude. Call back. Donald Rizzo. What we're speaking out about, get you caught up, is Mr. Brant Two Scoops Daniel will be calling back as soon as he can get his line connected and continue on with the conversation here. There he is.
An incarcerated individual at the California State Prison for Project, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid pass. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, thank you for using Global Telly.
All right, you're back.
Sorry. Yeah, the tablet, they're playing games because they don't want me telling the folks the truth.
You got your 60-second warning. What are you talking about? You didn't hear it?
Yeah, but when I tried to call back, I had to call back 3 times.
Oh, that. Yeah, that was a bit
right,
long.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That part. So, going back to the guy who asked the question about the validation process, basically, if you're a white guy and you're in prison, or you're a North Mexican, Southern Mexican, they're going to hit you with a validation somehow, some way. But it's going to be as an associate. You know, they're saying that if you're on these yards with us, then you're guilty by association, point blank, period. And they'll find a way to do it. You know, it's a bullshit system with bullshit rules. And but now they just can't throw you in the shoe forever. So that's my answer to that question. I hope that helps you out there, bud. So, baby girl.
Well, I was complaining because I can't do artwork, and Garrett says this is artistic. It is artistic, and if you notice the black and white, that's actually a pencil drawing that I did, and I just want to get back to it, you know.
That's right.
I really love moving that pencil around.
Yeah, my wife loves art, man. That's her passion. That's what drives her. And when I first met this woman, she told me she could draw. She told me she likes art, and it took a minute for her to get into it, but I seen it, and I was just amazed. I was amazed, man.
Well,
I was amazed.
I needed a muse.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Crazy enough, someone like you is my muse. All right, so I don't know.
You know. Right on, baby girl. I love you, man. So, anybody got any questions you want me to talk about before we call this one a wrap, man? Let me know, man. Holler at me.
Yep.
We just hanging out.
Oh, let's see. Thank you, Tim K said I'm talented. Thank you. Blush.
Tim.
And Donald Rizzo, how many must be locked up in jail? Can't even imagine. There's what? There's like 100 and close to 100,000 just in the California state system.
Yeah, probably about 110, 120 in the prison system. I don't know about the county jails because every county has a jail pretty much. So I don't know about those numbers. I know Sac County Jail holds about 3,500 prisoners. Now, I know LA is even bigger. Frisco, I would say probably about 150,000 people in the state of California, at least.
Just in the county.
Because then you gotta count the federal prison. They got a couple federal prisons here in California too. So I don't know. I know CDCR is good for 110,000 at least. But yeah, man, that's where a lot of the money's going. That's where a lot of money's going, folks. So other than that, maybe you ready to wind it down? You guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Fuck, man, I'm trying to think, man. What else did I have to say? I can't remember.
Well, we've had a pretty heavy duty week, and we wanted to do a shorty anyways. Look, Donald, appreciate your questions, but if you go and check out all of our videos, you'll be amazed at what you will hear.
Right.
A lot of the stuff.
So let me say something. Ronnie just got at me and said that him and his wife did I guess they did a tribute for us, a baby girl, a tribute to me and you on one of their things. And I appreciate that, man. And I love you both, man. Rena, Ronnie, you know I love y'all, man. And my wife too. And Ronnie, bro, we won't stop fighting, man. You know I'm not gonna let that shit go. If you're listening to this, Mrs. R, all you guys out there, Ronnie did not deserve that at all. Not one fucking bit, man. And it's just a really shitty thing because the bro was in cuffs. And, you know, that's a fucked up feeling, you know, when you're just defenseless. Defenseless, man. So, with that said, I say all my best to you guys, all my love out there. Everybody, man. I hope everybody has a safe weekend. Tim, Ken, maybe shout the rest of them out because I don't know. I can't see it. And we send our love to you guys.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and supporting us. In God's hands. Garrett Johnson, I've seen you before here. Ken, love and respect. Donald Rizzo giving a couple thumbs up. He's a newbie.
Right on, man. Right on, man. I send all my love to you guys.
Tim and Sonny, of course, our trusted servants in the chat.
That's right.
Serving us and everyone else, and thank you all for coming. I know the rest of you couldn't make it. You'll show up eventually because this is gonna be on and available. And
all my love to the worthy. And until next time, keeping it solid always. Take care, folks.
Yep, please hit the like button and share this shit. How come you ain't famous? How come you ain't shared our shit? Y'all have a good one. We love you.